Today we'll be converting the following quadratic equations from standard form to vertex form. Starting with our first equation, we have y equals 3x squared minus 18x plus 29. So what we want to do first is we want to check this leading coefficient. And here we have 3. So what we want to do is we want to factor out a 3 from x squared minus 18x. So we're going to be doing that right now for this quadratic equation. So we have 3 times x squared minus, now we factored out the 3, so we have 6x plus 29. So now we want to form a perfect square, right? So how do we find the number that causes this perfect square within the parentheses? Well, what we do is we take the coefficient within the x value, which is 6, or I should say negative 6, and we divide it by 2, okay? And then we square it. So negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3, and negative 3 squared is equal to 9. We have 3 times x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus 29. Guys, don't forget, we have a 3 over here. So we added a 9, right? But we actually added 9 times 3, which is 27. So in order for this to cancel out, we have to subtract by 27. If we complete this perfect square right here, what we get is x minus 3 squared. 3 times x minus 3 squared plus 29 minus 27, which is equal to 2, plus 2. Now, if we want to find the vertex, what we'll be doing is, all we need to do is we need to find the h and k values. So how do we find the h and k values? Whereas you saw earlier, the vertex form is written as ax minus h squared plus k, right? So if we look at this, our h is 3, so we have 3. Now I'll write down vertex. And our k is 2, so we have 2. So this right here, 3 comma 2 is our vertex, and this is our final vertex form. Okay, so this right here is our vertex form, and this is our vertex. So let's move on to the next question. So for our next question, we have y equals negative 2x squared minus 8x plus 5. So here our leading coefficient is negative 2. So we have to factor out this negative 2 from x squared and x within this equation. So we will get negative 2 times x squared plus 4x plus 5, right? So what we want to do next is we want to find the perfect square. And how will we do that? Like we did before, we're going to be doing 4 over 2 squared. This is equal to 4, okay? Because 4 over 2 is 2, and 2 squared is 4. We're going to have negative 2 times x squared plus 4x plus 4, okay? So we added 4 here, and we multiplied by negative 2. We have plus 5, and we need to subtract it by a value. Since we added 4, technically we added negative 8. We're going to be subtracting it by negative 8, which is going to be giving us a positive 8 value. Complete square is going to be negative 2 times x plus 2 squared. And if we do 5 plus 8, that's going to be equal to 13. So our vertex form for this standard form is going to be negative 2 times x plus 2 squared plus 13. And that's going to be our final value right here. So what's the vertex, right? That's the logical question. The equation for vertex form is a times x minus h squared plus k. Remember, we have plus 2 over here. Since we have plus 2, it's going to be negative 2 for h. Not positive 2, but negative 2, okay? So we have h equals negative 2. Now for k, well, k here is equal to 13. So we have k equals 13, right? So our h comma k value is going to be negative 2 comma 13, okay? And this right here is our vertex. Our next equation is y equals 1/2 x squared plus 3x plus 7/2, okay? So we'll be solving this. So again, we check the leading coefficient like before. So we have 1/2, and we factor out 1/2 from these two values. So what we will get is we will get x squared plus, if we do 3 divided by 1/2, it's the same thing as saying 3 times 2, and that is going to be equal to 6x, okay? And here we just add 7/2. So how do we complete the square? We do what we did before. We divide 6 by 2, and we square that. And that's going to be equal to 9. We're going to be getting 1/2 times x squared plus 6x plus 9. And technically we added 9/2. So we want that 9/2 to cancel out. So we will be subtracting by 9/2. And 7/2 minus 9/2 is equal to negative 2/2, which is equal to negative 1. 7/2 minus 9/2 equal to negative 1, because negative 2 over 2 is equal to negative 1. And this square right here is going to be x plus 3 squared. So our final vertex form is going to be 1/2 x plus 3 squared plus negative 1. And we can obviously rewrite this as negative 1, so I'm just going to write as -1. Our final vertex form answer is y equals 1/2 times x plus 3 squared minus 1. This is our final answer. What is going to be our vertex? Our h here is -3, and our k here is -1. So our vertex is -3, -1. We have a final question over here. We have a final standard form over here of the quadratic equation. We have y equals -1/4 x squared plus x plus 2. Like we did before, we are going to factor out the -1/4 x squared plus. So this should actually not be a plus sign, but it should be a minus sign. So we have -4x here plus 2. We have this equation right here, and right like before, we're going to find the square. We're going to be doing that by -4 over 2, getting this coefficient right here. And then we're going to be squaring that. We have -1/4 times x squared minus 4x plus 4. And then we have a plus 2 over here, right? So we added -1, right? So here we need to subtract -1. So it's the same thing as adding 1. And if we complete the square over here, well, this is just going to be x minus 2 squared. This is the same thing as x minus 2 squared. So our final result in vertex form will be y equals -1/4 x minus 2 squared plus 3. Let's find our vertex. So this is going to be the vertex form right here. So now let's find the vertex. So the vertex is going to be h comma k. Based on the vertex form, we see that h equals 2, k equals 3. So our vertex is h comma k. So it is going to be 2 comma 3. So we got our final answers. We got the vertex is 2 comma 3, and the vertex form is -1/4 times x minus 2 squared plus 3. And those are our final answers. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel down below. Until next time.